Okay, got my thoughts together. Now everybody's in a lot of hoopla over the Ray Rice situation and also the Adrian Peterson situation. I'm just gonna touch on the Adrian Peterson situation about him uh, spanking his child. White folks really do need a butt out of how black people raise their children, because the thing is with white children is that they have privilege and those white kids depend on it. Black kids don't have privilege, and so their form of discipline needs to be different. So you really can't compare black discipline with white discipline, because it's just not going to work. You can't just simply put a black kid and just say, hey, time out, or give me your iPod, and that's it. Like, he's going to learn. But, I just kind of get a little irritated when I see, white people judge how black parents raise their kids when it comes to discipline. But that really wasn't my topic. But I just want to talk about more on the Ray Rice situation. I know it just created a hashtag buzz of why I stayed and why I left, I think. And I noticed this girl. She's a friend of mine on Facebook, and I know she's been through a lot. I know she was raped. She had like a lot of abortions. She doesn't date smart. She dated a guy who had a fiance. Well, just broken up with his fiance, and it created this drama. And she got pregnant, but she had to get an abortion again. And then she was dating this cop, and she loved the idea of how his life being in danger every day entertains and thrills her. Then she was dating this older dude. She's 20. I think she's like 21. And she was dating a dude that was like 44, I think. And she did that to pay off a car note, and her ex-boyfriend, one of her ex-boyfriends, got in her ass about it. And I agreed, because it's fucking stupid. Stop lying to yourself that dating this old dude is true love and that you really love him for him. You're just a hoe. But I'm sorry to say that, but it's sad that you got raped and all that, but you can date smart now. Stop putting yourself into these situations where people have to constantly pity you. I'm seeing her put up all these why I stayed, why I left, and I'm like, I know you a good little bit, and you put yourself in the most dangerous situations, and you just get, it's like she just get my blood boiling sometimes, because I hate girls like that who go through the worst things. They don't deserve it, but yet they will do things that will put them in more danger each time. And it's like, why are you doing this to yourself? You acting like you're all strong because of a couple tragedies. Date smarter. You don't need to endanger yourself every time to add a story, or make a tragedy out of your life. And I tried to help her out. I was just saying, hey, like, roll with me, so I can keep you safe, so you won't have to be doing anything dangerous or stupid. And she declined, and I was like, okay. And some of these females I really don't pity. And you shouldn't blame the victim. You should never blame the victim. The thing is, I don't blame victims. It's just that the point to where you could have learned by now. when you're like dating every guy, when you're dating, when like all the guys you dated or had sexual relationships didn't treat you right, abused you, then we then I just kind of feel like this girl is not getting it. I don't know what else you fucking need for her to get it. Because she keeps thinking that all this abuse, all this bad negative attention is good for her. And it's making her stronger. You don't need to get punched in the face to learn how to endure things. And this is what frustrates me. Is when I see girls put themselves in silly positions, and they do it for the thrill of the attention, for the thrill of the danger, and just to get a little story and a little drama in your life. It's not that it's not even serious. You don't even need to do that. And I feel so stupid for trying to help her, knowing she doesn't even want it. And she's a cute, beautiful girl. She could have been in the Olympics, but I think she had issues with other stuff. But I'm like, date smarter. You don't have to go through all this pain and hurt. It's ridiculous. I just kind of don't pity stories like this anymore. I sometimes, even when I hear females go through stuff and talk about them escaping their abusive boyfriends and stuff, yeah, I want them to escape. Yes, I want them to be safe and be happy and lose that guy. But I just kind of get frustrated and nod my head when it's like, wait, this dude did this and that to you. You broke up with him, you left him, and all of a sudden, 2 years late, a year, well, not even a year, a couple months later, you run back to him, and and he's in your house doing the same thing. And I'm like nodding my head, like, what the hell? You never trusted this dude from the start. He was always cheating on you. Brought strange women into your house. You kick him out and then you bring him back in. It's like sometimes it's like from one extreme to another. Like, this, how is that even a process? And it's like I'm trying to feel sorry for them, but it's really hard. I'm not a cold, evil person, but I'm just saying. Females have to date smarter and stop, running back to these guys like there's something about them that, I don't know, just something about them that they like. I don't know what it is, but it's so freaking irritating to see that. A guy does this, that, and to you. All of a sudden, he's living in your house. No job, ain't doing shit. And you fine with that. I had a white feminist teacher for women's studies. And yeah, we talked about abuse and I know like this. I believe there's like 6 main type of abuse. And she told us, hey, don't blame victims, never blame a victim. But sometimes feminists are so oblivious of how black women are, to where it's like one extreme to the other. You tell them to date smarter. It's just like the process of them being with the dude and losing the dude, and then somehow they're married. It's like it's so irregular. Like, you don't get it. I want these abusive relationship advocacy groups. I want them to teach women how to date better and smarter, rather than giving them, rather than some of these feminists who give alternative solutions such as, oh, go date other women because no one understands a woman than another woman, or date a white guy because they historically treat women better and they're nicer, they're not as misogynistic as black men tend to be in relationships. And I made that into a video with the white men stuff because I hear that a couple times and I get frustrated, and that needs to be a video all by itself. But hey, I want these advocacy groups for black women, these black advocacy groups, to say, hey, date guys you wouldn't expect to date. Date the nerdy guy who reads Shakespeare, or he reads these cool, awesome books that nobody really heard of. There's so many more options of guys to date other than the thug, the athlete, the fake cheesy rapper, the nigga that don't want to work, the guy that stays gangbanging and stuff like that. There's so many different types of black men out there, but their minds are so limited to they think that, oh, every man's a dog, every man is evil, every man is this and that. Well, damn well, the nerdy kid in the class, he wouldn't dare hurt a fly. And he's just begging, he's just waiting for a woman to notice his smarts. Women, guys like that. And women need to stop fronting like guys like that don't exist anymore. You need to stop chasing them away.